And we're live. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the AFTCAST Tenerife Afternoons. I'm your host, Tim Dowd. On today's show, we're going to have a little bit of the weather. We're going to go and look at the latest of the COVID situation. Nip over to Janet Anscombe. Quite a few headlines there today. And the government website's interesting today as well. Don't forget to like and support the podcast. Or if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that little bell. And share. Enjoy the show. Welcome everybody on YouTube to the uncut version. So somebody was asking about the difference between the podcast and this. And the podcast, you don't get any of the chit chat. It's basically, welcome, the COVID situation, the weather, Janet Anscombe, Noticias, and just for quick, it's like 8 to 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. And it's for sticking on your phone and taking with you, or listening in the car if you're driving, or if you're doing something else. And the uncut version is so you can see the wonderful, wonderful view we have on the balcony. Some people are saying it's quiet, so I've upped the volume on this one. I'm in the yellow now, so I'm hoping that's better. And okay, so we started the show. The first thing we do is the weather, and as you can see, it's beautiful behind me. So let's go out and do this. Let's fade that one out. And I always like this because the weather music is called Stripping Down Nude instrumental version. So that means there must be a version with vocals. I'm going to get that. I'll play you the version with vocals tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Stripping Down Nude. Weather. Well, there's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days, so they say. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that we have the app up there, which is showing us low 20s and high teens. I don't know, it says it's 22 today and oh, there we go, 21. So they're saying cloudy today and tomorrow, but as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky, or wisps only. And then Friday, Saturday, bright sunshine, and Sunday, rain. Then the rest of the week, all sun. I think they make it up as they go along, to tell you the truth. The satellite picture's showing the end of the clouds there. Maybe they're going to arrive this afternoon, so that's why it's cloudy. Looking at the status in the Atlantic there. Looks like the two lows are still there. We can have a look on the isobars. Yes, they're still there, leaving the high pressure over Europe and the UK. That'll mean it'll be quite bright, but cold. And that's your weather for today. Wednesday, the 7th of April, 2021. It's my sister's birthday today. Happy birthday to Jackie. And 21 again, I think. I'll call you later. She don't watch this anyway. So what we're doing tonight's balcony banter. Don't forget that. We've got what's the word? Narcissism, I think, is the thing today. Unless we did that last week. Did we do that last week? I can't remember. Anyway, it's narcissism. Or Christina says, what about telling people about what we did as a child and how childhood has affected us? And a couple of other things. I got a message from Lois, asking about working in in Tenerife as a British citizen. So we're going to see if we can get some information on that. And so join us tonight at 5:55. If you're watching this on catch-up and it isn't Wednesday, the 7th of April, it won't be there. You can watch that on catch-up. There you go. Catch-up. Okay. Looks like COVID's coming. COVID's a coming. COVID-19 update. Well, in the whole of the Canary Islands, we now have 4,542 cases, which is actually going down. I was predicting it going up after Santa Semana, but maybe we did a better job than we thought. Nip over to Tenerife there, that's down again at 2,316, and the municipalities are doing quite well as well. Santa Cruz is about the same at 1257. La Laguna has dropped below 500 at 491. Arona's a little bit higher at 142, but Granadilla de Abona's come down 88, and Adeje has come down drastically at 87. The rest are under 50. In fact, they're now under 30. So that looks like the south and some smaller areas in the north are getting better. If we look at the 7-day average there is a slight hike that we saw yesterday, and I thought it was going to go through the roof, but it looks like we've turned round the corner again, although we do see the modulation there. So it's around about 58, I think, just over 58. So I think it was 58 there, yeah. Okay, and that was your COVID for today. I went for my walk today, saw a guy on the beach, and he was quite far away from me, chatting on the phone. Then he was doing a bit of hanging on a tree, and didn't have a mask on. And I thought, well, as long as, I don't judge people these days. I really don't judge people. You are who you are, and you decide what you do. So it's I'm not judging the guy. But then to get over the wall, to walk along the sea wall, he had to come right close to, well, he didn't have to, but he decided to come as close to me as this microphone, basically, 30 centimeters away. He looked me straight in the face and said, "Hola." And I just said, "Hey, stay 2 meters away or put your mask on." And he came out with, I don't know what he said, it was in Italian, but he came out with this diatribe of, blah, blah, blah. I can only imagine it's mind your own business or blah, 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 blah. Then he changed to English and said that it was my fault that all the world's gone to hell because of all the rules. And I thought, just a minute, isn't it his fault for extending the rubbish by not following the rules? Anyway, so we all have a difference of opinion on this. Some are more radical than others. I'm just saying, wash your hands, get your mask on, stay away from people, and it'll all go away. Somebody did write in on, I put it on Facebook, and somebody wrote in and said that they did all that and they still got COVID. So you're right. It's not a magic bullet, and you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you touch something and touch your face, bang, you're done. So you've got to be really, really careful. And quite a few people are still sick from it. Quite a few people are still dying from it. And until you actually know somebody that's got it or their story, then it probably doesn't affect you as much. So it's go and search out a victim and ask them what they think. Don't ask me. Right, enough of that. Back to fun and frolics. Fun and frolics. What we're doing now, we're going to Janet Anscombe. Oh, yeah. Let's go over now to janetanscombe.com for the latest headlines there. Don't forget to go to Janet Anscombe's website. She's got lots of information there, not just the local news, but she also does something like Getting It Right, FAQs, Be Safe in Tenerife, and all the things to do with red tape. So let's start off with the headlines, and the one she's leading with now is the UK government extends support for vulnerable UK nationals applying for residency in Spain. There is this UK NSF, which is the UK Nationalist Support Fund, which gives money to organisations that help the vulnerable here in Spain, or in Europe, in fact, to get round all the red tape and stuff. So if you're having problems with that, there are these charities, I think they are, that help you, and they're being funded by the UK, and they've added an extra £1 million there, taking it up to 4 million, I think. So if you're in Spain and you're having problems registering, or you've been here a long time and you just haven't got round to it and now you're having problems, you can always go there. So if you're vulnerable, they say about disabled people and those with language difficulties. So I don't know what language difficulties you're going to have. Maybe if you can't speak properly, or you just didn't bother learning the language of the country you live in. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the headline there. The next headline is quite interesting. It says Spain COVID vaccine, 87 million doses of COVID vaccines to arrive in Spain over the next 3 months. So that's the whole of Spain, obviously. But if we go into the update here, everybody's aware that the EU rollout of vaccine doses has been sluggish, to say the least. There are all sorts of explanations and theories about the programme, with some arguing that it should have been left to individual countries because the Commission itself is overly bureaucratic, and others arguing that given the way individual countries have been fighting like rats in a sack over their own provision, it's just as well that the Commission was in control over the European response. Over recent weeks, however, systems seem to have become embedded and production increased, no doubt partly to the result of an ongoing research and work on vaccines which are approved but still experimental, because this is a new virus. Dose delivery is therefore expected to increase substantially over the coming weeks, and this afternoon Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has announced that the country is expecting around 38 million vaccines of a contracted 87 million doses to arrive between April and June, 3.5 times as many doses than the country received between January and March. Over the next 3 months, the whole country will be focused on getting those to everyone waiting for their vaccines, who will no doubt be reassured to know that the day they're hoping for is getting closer all the time. As Sanchez says, the country priority is vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. And also the Spanish Sanidad, so the health authority, have urged the public to remember the 6 M's, which is mascarillas, manos, menos, what is it? I can't read it, it's too small. It is, wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, don't collect in groups, aerate your place where you live, and stay at home. Me quedo en casa. Okay, so yeah, they're just reiterating that. In fact, I read somewhere that somebody said, well, what's happened to the flu then? You know, and I think they were saying that as sort of saying that it's all just flu, you know. And somebody wrote back and says, yes, you're right. Washing your hands and not touching your face, wearing masks and socially distancing gets rid of the flu as well. Surprise. That means we could have been doing this every flu season and we would have saved millions of lives. Just the way you think about it, really. Don't know if you can hear the dogs over there, but they seem to be happy with what I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. They live on the corner over there in Arco Iris, by the car park here. Am I doing it right? There. That's where they live. And every time somebody passes from the car park down this path, down here, they go, what's the word? You can't say the word ape, scheisse on YouTube, can you? No, not really. Okay. So that was Janet. Okay, we got to finish Janet Anscombe. Sorry. I'd like to thank Janet for a wonderful website and plenty of information there. Go to janetanscombe.com. Okie dokie. So now we go to the government website and have a look over there. I've mentioned tonight, Friday, we might be going to that place again where we had the tappers that time. So if you got any questions for those guys, write them in the comments of this one, or go to timothydowd.com and send me a message. You can go to timothydowd.com and there's a place to send a message and an email. Or you can actually send me an email direct at me@timothydowd.com. me@timothydowd.com. There you go. Okay, what else we got here? Ah, yeah. I'm going to have to cough. Excuse me. UNCUT. COVID. Right. So let's go to... Just let that motorbike go past. Let's go over to the government website. Okay, the government website's leading with a headline today of the Canary Islands will assume the management and planning of costas from this summer. That means the Canary Islands will be autonomous in being able to take over and assume the management of the coastline, which was actually led by, I think, a central body in Spain. So it looks like we're going to get that. The four sub-headlines there: health records 216 cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Rodriguez commits to increasing aid to Caritas due to the worsening of humanitarian needs. That doesn't sound good. And education initiates a pioneering project for the prevention of gender-based violence in adolescent relationships, which doesn't sound good. I know they were doing a lot with gender-based violence as a whole, but they're explicitly saying that education to prevent gender-based violence in adolescents. And health and ecological transition advance in the strategy to make the health system more sustainable. So if you want to know details of all that, nip over to gobiernodecanarias.org/noticias, and you can look at those. Some of the older ones and some of the new ones that didn't make the top are, and this is one that might interest you guys, is the Botanical Garden reopens to the public after 2 months of work to improve accessibility. So I'm going to see if that's something Christina wants to do. Maybe we'll do a blog up there. And then, rare laughter in the desacralization of art arrives in the contemporary art room. Oh, wow. Today, the vaccination of the staff of the education centres in the Canary Islands resumes. And where else we got? The program of fostering minors to another family is increased by 28.5% in 2020. That doesn't sound nice, does it? That does not sound nice. And the rest I think we read the other day. So, okay, the wind's whipping up here. It's nice and warm. On my balcony, it is 24, is it? No, 23 degrees in the shade, a lot hotter in the sun. Nobody in the pool. People were asking, why is there nobody in the pool? It's because it's freezing. When you live here, this is our sort of springy type thing. And so if you don't get a lot of tourists in, then there's not many people in the pool. And also a lot of the people who live here don't use the pool in the autumn, winter, spring time frame. It's mostly just in the summer. But, yep. Not many people there, but it's great. If you want to go in there and have a good swim, then you get it all to yourself, basically. You get it all to yourself. So what else have I got to show you? Okay, let me do this. I'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll get ready to do the ending here, shall we? Small Town Bliss. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and download the podcast if you're listening on a podcast. We also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/LWNST and a Facebook page also at LWNST. Guess what the Instagram page is called? Wrong, it's at Living with MS Tenerife. I couldn't get that short one there. And also you can go over to timothydowd.com. You can send me a message. You can find out how to sponsor the channel. You can find out how to join me live on screen Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:55. And also you can read all the vlogs and the blogs from the past episodes, or at least get a link to where they are. I'd like to thank you for joining me again today, and we'll see you in the next one. And we're out. Okay, so that was the uncut for today. This has actually already been uploaded, so I'm just going to wait for it to process and then I can put it live. The time now is 2:33 in the afternoon. And let me just show you a bit more of the weather. Winging it round there. There you go. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So thanks again for joining me, and let me do it this way. Bring this back like that. Fisheye lens. Let's go to the, let's solo this. Oh, solo mio. Go zoom in like that. There we go. Let's focus. Okay. Are we ready for the ending? Here we go. A, B. A, B. Google thinks you might like to see this one next if you're watching on catch up. And don't forget, if you press the little square button there, you can take you to the website to find out how to sponsor the channel. And the little round one is just in case you haven't subscribed yet. So we'll see you soon. Bye.